Some men are trouble the moment they walk in the room, and you fall for them anyway. Today, we're counting down 5 romances featuring the bad boys, protectors, and rebels who refuse to play it safe. From small towns to dangerous pasts, these are the connections too magnetic to fight. Get ready, because love is about to get complicated. Let's get into it. Kicking off with number 5, Hollywood Dirt 2017. A Hollywood film crew rolls into her sleepy southern town, and one small town girl's entire world is about to change. This is Hollywood Dirt, a sizzling, enemies to lovers story about pride, chemistry, and what happens when 2 completely different worlds collide. Summer Jenkins has spent her whole life in Quincy, Georgia, once whispered about as the town pariah, now doing everything she can to rebuild her reputation. When a Hollywood production descends on Quincy to film a movie about the town's secretive billionaire family, Summer sees a chance to finally prove herself, working behind the scenes to scout locations and manage the chaos Hollywood brings with it. Then Cole Maston arrives, Hollywood's most famous leading man, reeling from a very public and humiliating divorce and utterly unprepared for a Southern girl who refuses to be impressed by his fame. Summer and Cole clash from the very first moment, sharp words flying, egos colliding, neither willing to back down. But underneath all that friction is a spark neither of them can deny. Number 4, Dirty Sexy Saint 2019. Of all the bars in all of Chicago, she walks straight into his. This is Dirty Sexy Saint, a sultry, heartfelt story about a broken man, a runaway heiress, and the connection neither of them saw coming. Clay Kincaid owns a Chicago bar and carries a nickname he's never quite understood, Saint, earned from his habit of taking in strays and helping people who have nowhere else to turn. But behind that kindness is a man shaped by a rough, damaged past, someone who's convinced himself he's not built for real love or commitment. Number 3, Wait With Me 2023. She was hiding in a tire shop to write her next bestseller until the mechanic caught her red-handed. This is Wait With Me, a witty, heartfelt romance about masks, mistaken identities, and falling for someone you never meant to fall for. Kate Smith is a wildly successful romance novelist known to millions of readers under her Steamy pen name, but right now, she's completely blocked. Desperate for inspiration to finish the final book in her best-selling series, she stumbles onto the most unexpected muse imaginable, the customer waiting room of her local tire shop. Something about the atmosphere sparks her creativity, and soon she's sneaking in daily, determined not to blow her cover. That plan falls apart the moment Miles Hudson notices her. Charming, guarded, and freshly burned by a painful past relationship, Miles isn't looking for anything serious, especially not with a mysterious redhead who clearly isn't there for tire service. Number 2, The Protector 2019. An heiress fighting for her independence, a dangerous secret threatening her life, and the one man hired to keep her safe, whether she wants him to or not. This is The Protector, an intense, seductive story about danger, resistance, and the attraction neither of them can escape. Camille Logan has spent her whole life trying to prove she's more than her father's fortune, more than the spoiled heiress the world assumes her to be. Independent and headstrong, she's finally carved out a life on her own terms. But when one of her father's business dealings puts her directly in harm's way, that independence is suddenly ripped out of her hands. Desperate to keep her safe, her father hires Jake Sharp, a former SAS sniper carrying his own dark history and personal demons. Jake takes his job seriously, and Camille wants absolutely nothing to do with a bodyguard shadowing her every move. Their clash is immediate, sharp words and stubborn wills colliding at every turn. But being forced into close quarters has a way of changing things. Number 1, Afterburn Aftershock 2017. She spent years rebuilding herself after he shattered her heart. Now he's back, and this time, there's nowhere left to hide. This is Afterburn Aftershock, an intense, sizzling story about ambition, betrayal, and a passion that refuses to stay buried. Ja Rossi has fought hard to build a name for herself, determined to prove her success in the business world has nothing to do with her family's connections. She's finally landed a demanding new position, focused entirely on climbing to the top on her own terms. Love isn't part of the plan, especially not after the way her last relationship ended. Then Jax Rutledge walks back into her life, the one man who once had complete control over her heart, and just as easily destroyed it